Welcome back to the Dear Young Man podcast. On today's episode, we're going to talk about wasting your potential, mostly wasting my potential and why I feel like I have been a bit of a failure and trying to fix it on Dear Young Men. The Dear Young Men podcast is a weekly podcast that posts Tuesday at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we talk to the 20-year-old version of myself and all the young men out there that need guidance. I've been talking to my wife recently, and I have been kind of, I don't know if I've been depressed, but I've been sad in a weird, boring way. Normally I got a million things to talk about. Normally my wife can't get a word in. And recently it's been like she's just waiting for me to say something and I have nothing to say. And I feel like a lot of that has come down to the fact that over the last couple months, I have been kind of uncharacteristically unlike myself, and I haven't done anything. So I haven't done anything. I mean, it's hard to, I'm sorry, this is going to be a bad podcast, 'cause I got to get back into this, but I haven't done a single thing. So whether that mean I haven't made videos, I haven't chased anything, a dream, a goal, a this, a that, I haven't done anything. All I've been doing is coming home, I eat dinner with my family, I play with my kids for a little bit, they go to bed, and then I sit on the couch and I play on my phone for an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I just go to bed because it's time to go to bed. It's not, I used to be the type of guy who had to pull himself away from an activity. It was always, I was great at, I was a better father too, because I was always, I had something I needed to do. So when I was with my kids, I wanted to maximize how much fun and how much time I had spent with them and was spending with them. And recently it's been the exact opposite, basically, where it's like, I have nothing to do other than hang out with my kids. And I feel like, I mean, I don't think they've really been able to tell a difference, honestly, but I can tell I'm not as excited to be there. I'm just sort of like, well, what else am I going to do? I might as well just hang out with them. And I know that makes me a bad dad, and that's fine. I mean, whatever. I know I haven't been perfect, and I know I will be a lot better, and I know I have to get there. But so this podcast is about wasting my potential. So I wrote out a script, so you're going to see me read a lot. I know I'm supposed to ask you to like, comment, subscribe, and rate it a 5-star on the podcast. I don't care. I can't do this podcast for traditional forms of success because it won't work for me. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But if that's why I'm doing this, then I'm like totally lost, and I just shouldn't be doing it at all. So I'm a waste of potential. I look at myself and I see what I've accomplished, and it's nothing compared to what I know I'm capable of. I have been imagining this tree, basically, or this branch, and it's going left to right. And every time you're there's a crossroads, and you could go left and it would take you to the hard, difficult, choosing to do something difficult, pushing yourself beyond where you're currently comfortable at, or you go right and you could just go take the easy path. And when I look at the branch of my life, it branches out constantly. When I look at the branch of my life, I feel like I've done way, way, way less than I should have. I'm way further right than I am left. I'm almost as far right as I feel like I could be. And I've taken advantage of that. A lot of things have always come, I'm not trying to brag, but a lot of things have come relatively easy to me. And so I have zero grit and I have zero tenacity. Anything I've ever done that I've tried at really hard, I've basically found success, except for this podcast. Everything I've ever done that I found success in didn't really bring me that much joy. I wasn't helping people. It was for me. And it was just stuff that I wanted to do and that I knew I could do. And so I just did it. I find that over the course of my life, when times got tough, I just stopped every single time. I had this belief that I was smart. And so if I couldn't do something, I just wasn't smart enough to do it. And that idea is very dangerous because that's very stupid. And you need to be smart to a level, to a certain extent, But you don't need to be a genius to accomplish most goals that people want to accomplish in life. So I begin to ask myself recently, like, what am I doing? What's the whole point of this? And from the outside looking in, people would look at my life and say, you're doing well, you have a good job, you have an amazing wife, which I do have an amazing wife, and I'm going to adjust this camera a little bit, make it a little bit brighter. I do have an amazing wife, and I know that, and I have amazing kids, and my wife's pregnant with her third kid. It's another girl, so 3 girls. I have had, from the outside looking in, and I've had a very good life. But I know in those moments, those moments when you look in the mirror or you're laying in bed and it's 2 a.m, you just can't sleep and your brain just won't turn off for a second. And you really look hard at your life and you start to say, well, yes, from an outsider's perspective, everything's going very well for me. I have a nice home, good job, great family, all this stuff. But in my heart of hearts, I know that I have barely scratched the potential of what I am currently capable of. And I'm a good dad. I love my kids. I really do. And I really love my wife, and I have an amazing wife, and she makes it easy to be a good husband because she's just such an amazing wife. And I really have been blessed with an amazing family. Everybody's been healthy. So I'm not saying that stuff isn't valuable and that stuff doesn't mean anything to me. What I'm saying is that beyond all the stuff that has been blessed to me, the gifts that I have not taken advantage of them, and I have wasted them. And I know that. And I know anytime something ever got hard, I gave up. And you can look at some of the things I've done, and they've always just, when things got hard, I gave up. Or when it just got less exciting, I gave up. And I think a lot of that was I wasn't helping people. So I had this tech channel, Techno Eclipse, that got to 21,000 subscribers, and it was growing like crazy. And I wasn't helping anybody, and I knew it. So I gave up. This channel, this podcast helps people. And I've posted 30 videos. And a long amount of time. This is the least successful thing I've ever done. I've never done anything. I mean, I'm basically talking to myself. This is the least successful thing I've ever done. And I think that's why I have to do it. I've heard this quote where it's like, if God was going to build you up to be a great man or a great soldier or whatever, somebody that had a lot of this one ability, would he make your life really easy in that one regard? If you were going to be a great soldier, would you never fight in a battle, or would you always be pushed to the very brink in a battle every single time? And it's the latter one. That's how you would become a great soldier. And for me, I do some things well, and I've gotten lucky, basically. I've been able to luck my way through life. School was easy for me. A lot of stuff has come easy to me. And then I look at myself in the mirror and I know I'm a failure. And so it's like, I wish those things didn't come so easy, because this thing that I want to do, and I want to help people, and I want people to go to Christ, I suck at it. And I'm not good. And I know I'm not good because it's proven. Like, every metric you could possibly look at, I'll just read them off. I have 23 followers on Apple Podcasts. I have, let's see, I think I have 15 followers on Spotify. So, no, not even. 13 followers on Spotify and 66 subscribers on YouTube. This has been a complete failure from any metric. If I've ever done anything for a year, after a year of doing my tech channel, I had over 1,000 subscribers. I think I had like 2,000 or 3,000 at that point. I was monetized. After a year of doing a different channel, Scott Schroeder, I had 3,000, 4,000 subscribers, monetized. I've done this one for over a year, and I have 66. And I have been I think I'm afraid to do something that I'm not, quote unquote, sort of naturally good at or naturally inclined to do, because it's scary to me, and I'd rather just do the things I know I'm good at, because I know I'm good at them, and I know I'm not going to fail. The things I know I'm good at math, so I'll do math stuff because I know I'm good at that. I'm not good at this. I'm really not. Like, I know I'm not. And I think that's why I have to do it, because it's the only thing that has ever brought me any joy, like deep fulfillment beyond my family. This podcast is, I just feel like I have there's this version of me that could exist who has been let down. The past me has been let down, and up until this point, I think future me had been let down. And I've said this quote before, but it's like, I don't want to get to the pearly gates, and I get there and they're like, Scott, all right, like, there you go. You accepted Jesus, like, welcome to heaven. But here's this thing. Like, you walk up there and then it says all these like great things that I could have done. Like, you were going to help this many people. Here are their names. You were going to pull them out of sin, and you were going to lead them towards God in a way that you felt like makes sense, that the church doesn't do. And you didn't do any of that. You were a waste. You're a waste of potential. You could have done so much more, and you didn't. And I'm terrified of that. So what am I going to do? I mean, as a Christian, you know that you believe that God has given you a soul and a purpose, and to prepare for that next life. And while we know in this life there's nothing I can do today that will allow me, I can't say, well, I did these 7 things on earth, so I'm entered into heaven. The only thing that would allow me in there is my faith in Christ and accepting him as my Savior. But I also know that I've been given gifts from God. That would be hell, is the absence of the gifts from God. So anything that you like or you're good at, that'd be gone. Your gifts that you have been given, you lose those if you are in hell. And I think I have some gifts that I can push myself on and help people with. And I think this podcast is one of those things that I can help people with. I have no idea if it's going to work. I think that I need to reframe the way I'm thinking about success with this. And success shouldn't be about the number of subscribers or followers or views or this or that. But it's like, I'm one guy, right? If I brought 10 people to Christ over the course of this podcast, however long it goes, would that not be a success? Would that not have been worth it? Jesus says, if you were a shepherd of 100 sheep and one of them ran off, would you not leave the 99 to go chase after that one? And it's just like, I feel like I should chase after that one. And what's the matter if it's just one? So I've served me my whole life, except for the moments I filmed this podcast, I felt like, other than when I'm with my family. But I need to do more. I know I need to do more. It's what makes me happy. It's what makes me feel fulfilled. It's what makes me a better father. What makes me a better husband. I need to do more. I need to chase more. So I've run from this for far, far, far too long. And I know I don't deserve success in this. And what I do deserve is to give it my all for Christ. If he could get beaten and whipped, thrown on a cross and killed for nothing, for me, he did nothing, and he did that for me, then the least I can do is try to serve him the best I can, even if it's hard. Big ego Scott. I have this weird, it's like I have an ego about me, but I lack confidence, I think, a lot of times. And this podcast is me pushing myself to be confident enough to say, you know what, I do know this stuff well, and I can help people, and I should help people, and I'm going to help people. I've done a lot of things recently. I've been golfing a lot. I love golf. It's been so great. It's so fun. But it serves me, and it doesn't do anything it doesn't prepare me for the next life. It's just me. I like golf. I like doing this. I want to play good. I want to do this well. I want to do this. And so I've done a lot of things. I started a couple channels, and then of course they did pretty well, all things considered, like for the minimal effort I put into them. And then it meant nothing to me again. I have this swing review. So people can send me their swings on Instagram on a DM, and they can send me their swings, and I'll review their swings, and I'll post videos about their swings, and it's been kind of cool helping people. That was actually kind of fun. I was helping people. I grew that in the last month and a half, to 2,500 subscribers, or followers on Instagram, I should say. And I don't deserve that. It's not serving that greater good. I made $900 from it or something. I was just charging people because I was like, I can't get to everybody. I'll just charge people if they want to do it, get a guarantee. That's the only way that I can guarantee it. And the money just doesn't do it for me anymore. I'm not rich, but I have a good job, and my wife, she works part-time and she makes enough money. She has a great job, and we're fine. We're good. Our kids have whatever they need. We have whatever we could want other than hair, but you can't really even buy that. I mean, you can, but I'm not going to do that. So money just doesn't motivate me anymore. Like, I can't do that thing to get the bigger number, like bigger number equals gooder. It just doesn't do it for me. I don't really care. Frankly, it's like, I'm not worth $1 million. What's the point? What's the point of that money? It's like, I'm not even going to use it. I know I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to donate it. And I have a lot of things I want to do with it, but money just doesn't scratch that itch for me anymore. Like, that just feels like me. So that's just why I'm doing this. I don't know. So what am I doing? The last couple of weeks I've been good. I've been working out. I got this journal from Walmart. It's pretty cool. It's like a tracker type thing. So it's just like, you can just like write down like each week things you want to accomplish, tasks you want to accomplish, some goals. You have like this little habit tracker, weekly focus, weekly win, that kind of stuff. It's cool. I've been listening to the Bible more. I've been reading the Bible again. It's funny. Every time I go away from him, my life gets worse. Believe that. That's shocking. So I've been working out again, and I think you should do it every day. I think you should work out every day. If you take a day off, I don't like the idea of rest days. I think you should just do something that's not as intense. So just go for a walk or something. But if you take a day off, I think that's you're quitting on yourself. It's like, what, you're a little sore. If you did chest yesterday and you're still sore from back, chest, and legs, and everything's still sore, then just go for a walk or something. Do something. Do a physical activity every single day. Buy a Bible, read it, or download the Bible app and listen to it. Brainstorm some things you want to do, and figure out a way to do it. AI has been a great tool that you can just say, like, hey, these are some things I want to accomplish. How would you go about doing it? Obviously, AI is a godless heathen, but it's good at analytical stuff like that. So it's interesting. Do some hard stuff and take cold showers. Do easy, hard stuff. Taking a cold shower is easy, all things considered. And it's hard though. Like, you don't want to take a cold shower. So take a cold shower because it's easy, hard. And then you can start to do hard things. Like when you're at the gym, push it up a little harder. And then when you get home, film a podcast, that type of stuff. And then don't be like me. Don't act like me. Act like Christ. Do what he did. And that's it. I don't know. This is a weird podcast. I know. Sorry. I'll make a better one next week. But I just think you got to chase something. And you got to be running towards something. If you are just stuck there, then you're just stuck there. there's this parable that Jesus says, and it's like he gives five. I just listened to this, and this is sort of what has really changed my mind. He gives 5 bags of gold. He has 3 servants. He gives 5 bags of gold to one servant, 3 bags of gold or 2 bags of gold to another servant, and 1 bag of gold to another servant. And he comes back a few weeks later. The first servant says, "Here you go, master. I turned your 5 bags into 10 bags." And he goes, "Faithful servant, you have been trusted with a few things, and now I trust you with many things. For he who has will have an abundance." Hang on, I don't want to mess this up. This is from Matthew 25. "For it's just like a man going on a journey who called his servants and entrusted them with his possessions. To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2 talents, and to another 1 talent, each according to his own ability. And he went on his journey." The one I was listening to was about gold. "The servant who had received the 5 bags of gold went at once and put them to work and gained 5 more. Likewise, the one with 2 talents gained 2 more. 2 bags gained 2 more. But the servant who had received 1 talent went off, dug a hole in the ground, and hid his master's money. After a long time, the master of those servants returned to settle accounts with them. The servant who had received the 5 bags of gold came and presented 5 more. 'Master,' he said, 'you entrusted me with 5 bags of gold. See, I have gained 5 more.' His master replied, 'Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master.' The servant who had received the 2 bags of gold also came and said, 'Master, you entrusted me with 2 bags of gold. See, I have gained 2 more.' His master replied, 'Well done, good and faithful servant. You have been faithful with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Enter into the joy of your master.' Finally, the servant who had been given 1 bag of gold came and said, 'Master, I knew you were a hard man, reaping where you have not sown and gathering where you have not scattered seed. So I was afraid and went out and hid your gold in the ground. See, you have what belongs to you. You wicked, lazy servant.'" This is the one that this line right here is what kind of broke me in a way. I was like crying on my way to work. "You wicked, lazy servant," replied his master. "You knew that I reap where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered seed. Then you should have deposited my money with the bankers, and on my return I would have received it back with interest. Therefore, take the bags of gold from him and give it to the one who has 10 bags of gold. For everyone who has will be given more, and he will have an abundance. But the one who does not, even what he has will be taken away from him. And throw that worthless servant into the outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." And I guess the way I took that is that I've been given talents, bags of gold, basically, and I have dug a hole and put them in the ground, and I haven't put them to work, and I will be thrown out into the outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And that's how I know I've been living. So I'm going to be like the man with 5 bags of gold and use all of the talents that I have and all the abilities I've been given to serve him as best as I can. Thanks for listening. If you like this, I don't care. That's a tick. I don't care what you do. I'll see you guys in the next one. This has been Scott with the Daring Man Podcast. Peace out.